everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Priscilla, and this is the Carnivore Journey. If you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome, and if you have been following along with me for the past 17 weeks, thank you for your continued support. So on today's show, I'm going to do things just a little bit different. This show, I'm going to be talking to you about my Thanksgiving, what we did during the day, the foods that we ate, and how we prepared them. This Thanksgiving was not our typical Thanksgiving. For the past 2 years, we have been traveling. We were on the road. We went to Oklahoma. My stepson was competing in BMX for the past couple of years. So this year was the first year in 2 years we've actually been at home. And then on top of it, it was our first year doing carnivore. When I woke up early that morning, I cooked everyone breakfast. The kids are not on carnivore, but I still made them scrambled eggs and bacon along with other things that they had requested from me the night before. And then Philip and I just enjoyed a typical carnivore breakfast with scrambled eggs and bacon. So let's get into what I cooked for our Thanksgiving feast. Now, if you have been following along with me, you know that about a month or so ago, we did a grocery haul where we went to Tom Thumb. We bought a lot of food. We bought bacon, we bought cheese, we bought all different types of meat, and I went over with that with y'all. So if you didn't catch that video, make sure you go back and watch that, because this is some of the foods that we cooked our Thanksgiving feast with this year. So here is 3 pounds of bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon, so we definitely had to have bacon for our carnivore feast for this Thanksgiving. The finished product was nice and crispy. That was a good appetizer. As we were continuing to cook our other foods, we would snack on the crispy bacon. Here's our bottom chuck roast that we bought back in our grocery haul. Make sure you go back and watch that when we went to Tom Thumb. And this was the bottom chuck roast that we bought. And as you can see, we seasoned it with sea salt. And then we threw it in the pan along with the bacon grease and the half a stick of butter that we added to the bacon grease to give it some extra flavor. We browned it on both sides. We took it off. We wrapped it up in foil, and then we put it in the oven for about 2 hours at 300 degrees and let it continue cooking. It looks as good as it tasted, trust me. So now we're moving on to the chicken part of our meal. So we bought chicken thighs and we smashed them down with the can of beans that we happened to find in our cabinet. So I guess those beans came in handy this holiday season. So if you notice in the top picture to the left, we are using the bacon grease, the butter, the half stick of butter, and also the juices from the roast to continue to flavor our chicken. So the chicken was absolutely amazing. It was super tender and it had a lot of flavor. And then I wanted to make some meatballs so we can have some appetizers. So the meat that we bought was 80-20, so it was 80 lean and 20% fat. So all I did was just roll them up. I seasoned them with salt, and then we put them in the same pan that we had been using for the bacon, the roast, and the chicken. And now we were using them to add flavors to our meatballs. They were a hit. I absolutely loved them. I even think that they tasted better the next day. So we let those simmer for about 5 or 10 minutes on the stove until they were nice and brown and cooked in the middle. And here is how our bottom chuck roast came out. It was so juicy, it was so tender, it was so good. We let it sit in the foil for about 20 minutes after it came out to continue to rest, and it was wonderful. It had so much flavor. You could taste the salt. You could taste, I can't even put into words how wonderful it tasted. So here is just a few pictures of our appetizers. We had smoked cheddar, which was really great. I wanted to do some boiled eggs, so we did some boiled eggs. And if you notice the little crunchy things on top, those were just actually the crunchies from the meat that came from everything that we cooked, like the chicken, the bacon, and even the roast. Instead of throwing those little crunchies away, we just put them in a bowl, and then I sprinkled them on top of the eggs as best as I could. And it definitely added some flavor. Loved it. The eggs were gone like that. If you notice in the bowl with the spoon, it looks like gravy. That is just basically all the juices from the foods that we had cooked in the pan. And then we used it as a gravy and we topped all of our food with it. And then of course, our crunchy bacon for our appetizers. And this is what our spread looked like. So we had our meatballs, then we shredded the chicken, of course our deviled eggs topped with crunchies, our cheese platter, our crispy bacon, and then of course we have to have our carnivore gravy and our daisy sour cream. And then, of course, there's me making my plate because this was absolutely a wonderful Thanksgiving. Look at that feast. This Thanksgiving was definitely very different. There was no pumpkin pie. There was no green bean casserole. There was no stuffing or cornbread or rolls with butter. But I am very pleased with everything that we ate, everything that we cooked. And even while I was eating it, I didn't feel guilty about it. I didn't feel overstuffed. And on top of it, it kind of gave me a lot of energy. Being our very first Thanksgiving as carnivores, I think that we did a wonderful job. I do not personally feel like we were missing out. I mean, it couldn't get much better. We were surrounded by family. We had a wonderful, fulfilling breakfast. We had great snacks and we had a great dinner. And then on top of it, football and our team won. It couldn't get much better than that. And of course, we were home for the holidays. So this week, I decided to take a break from the scale. I decided that I was not going to weigh in and weigh myself this week. And the reason why I decided that is because this was the holidays and I have worked really hard for the past 17 weeks. I am down officially 40 pounds, or who knows, I may be even down more than that. So I didn't step on the scale this week, but I did take pictures. So I will show you those pictures. And then next week, when I do my November wrap up and introduction to my new December goals, I will reveal to you what my official weight loss was for the month of November. Carnivore is not about what the scale says. It's about the big picture. And the big picture for me this week was that I got to be with family. I got to make my first carnivore Thanksgiving. I got some much needed time off of work, and I just wanted to enjoy the holidays for what the holidays were. I am very thankful for everything. So next week, in next week's video, I'm not only going to reveal my weight loss, I'm going to be closing up and doing my November wrap up. I'm going to be introducing my December goals, and my set will be changed into Christmas time. So I'm very much looking forward to that. This was definitely a wonderful month. I cannot say enough good things about November, and I can't wait to see what the scale says in a few days when I can see if I have met my monthly goals. I just wanted to say that I'm so grateful for everything. We had a wonderful holiday. Continue to do your journal, and until next time, everyone have a great week. And next time I see you, it will be December. Bye.